7 students began a journey to gain a better understanding of leadership from a global perspective. Ariel, Jesse, Kiera, Ryan, Sakima, Skylar, and Toby joined the Center for Student Leadership's Global Leadership Experience Brazil. This program was a partnership with the Division of Global Affairs Year of the Portuguese-Speaking World. The students spent 2 semesters together, and their experience culminated in a 2-week trip to Brazil, where they explored, tasted, questioned, celebrated, and connected to the Brazilian culture. The students traveled with a group of 7 faculty from the Year of the Portuguese-Speaking World Faculty Learning Community. Together, they went to the Brazilian cities of Sao Paulo, Curitiba, Florianópolis, and Rio de Janeiro. They visited parks and theaters, met with organizations and universities, learned about sustainability, took trains through the rainforest, strolled along beaches, joined the circus, saw famous sights, and had numerous conversations with those living and learning in Brazil. These are some of the things they will take from their experience.
What this trip has opened my eyes to is the fact that I had the unique opportunity to have an insight to the culture, from touring the favelas with locals or witnessing cultural norms like eating everything with a fork and knife and kissing each other on the cheek, and to be proud of your culture no matter what. My favorite part of the trip was all the amazing food. Everywhere you look, there's street vendors and little corner cafes. My 2 favorite things I tried were the coxinha and the boreado. Coxinha is a fried cornmeal with your choice of meat in the middle, and boreado is simmered pulled beef with ground up yucca. And of course, all the fresh squeezed fruit juices.
As a future educator, I learned the responsibility that academia carry on their shoulders by telling the truth to their students and the public, regardless of the consequences of their teaching. I love Brazilian people because I believe that we both learn from each other, and it was wonderful.
My favorite activity was the circus school because it was nice to see how social classes united to have fun. It's also a beneficial program that helps students relax after school and stay fit. And personally, I love being active and trying out the aerial silks was so fun. The most important thing I learned from the trip was that no matter where you are, people are the same. We walked around the favelas, and even though these people are pretty much living on top of each other, this was their home and they were proud of it. They made schools and places to play sports, and the boy that showed us around, he was just so proud to be where he was, and that's just how people are here, so we're really the same.
One of the most important things that I learned was to have a newfound appreciation for my education. When I think I have it bad, there's always going to be someone else who has it worse than me. There's tons of people in the world, especially in Brazil, who do not have the means or the accessibility to have a quality education that I was so blessed and so fortunate to have. One of my favorite days in Brazil was going to the beach in Florianópolis. It was such a relaxing day, and probably the day that I laughed the hardest during our little adventure on the banana boat. I also loved going to see the Christ the Redeemer statue in Rio. It was such beautiful scenery and a really humbling experience being able to see one of the 7 wonders of the world.
The most important thing I learned: to be black in Brazil, to be black in America are 2 entirely different things. Even though with those differences, there are extreme and unique similarities that all people of color and all people of African descent can connect to. To all my black brothers and sisters, Ashe. My 2 favorite things while in Brazil was meeting the SESI international students. They were so amazing, so smart, and so brilliant. And then the second thing was going to our first day to the beach in Florianópolis. We had so much fun. We hit the banana boats. We went walking on the surf. I mean, such a beautiful day with such a great group of people. It was amazing.
The most important thing I feel like I've learned from this Brazil excursion was the global citizenship and global awareness. When you're living in America, you believe that that's all there is, that's your only reality. And I had a chance to understand other people's circumstances and where they come from and what makes them who they are. And I gained a conscious awareness of the needs of the world and global health versus just an individual country's need. My favorite adventure during our Brazil trip this past spring break was the train visit through the rainforest to the city of Morretes. Not only did I have a chance to see the beautiful mountains and waterfalls and the beautiful natural features of Brazil, but we had a chance to see the beautiful city of Morretes, and it was full of history, rich history, and we had a chance to have a traditional dish prepared right in front of us.
The most important thing that I learned was to assume nothing. In a lot of ways, Brazil was a lot like America. In other ways, it was very different. Both countries have positives and negatives, but at the end of the day, they are amazing places. My favorite part of the trip was staring out the window and watching the country. It was really a beautiful place.